Golf Central on YouTube is brought to you by the new Apex irons from Callaway.
Yeah, it hasn't been my best year. Had struggled for basically the whole year, so it's been a little bit challenging, but I feel like I'm headed in the right direction, and just kind of pumped about that. Just seeing some improvements in practice, and hopefully that will translate into this week, because I do need a nice week this week, and hopefully get some momentum for the next couple of weeks.
You've captured a couple top 25s here at TPC Southwind. Have you had a chance to play the course yet? What are your thoughts on the golf course?
Played like 6 holes yesterday on the back 9. Did 10, 11, 12, 13, and then 17, 18. Yeah, it's my 5th time here, and absolutely love the golf course. I think this is one of my favorite courses that we play all year. Still haven't played all that great here yet, but just gonna keep working on my things, and hopefully this will be a better week.
Awesome. We'll open it up to questions. Right here with Bob.
You you had a decent weekend in Paris the last 2 rounds, and wonder if that gives you any confidence or momentum at all. If you found a little something there, or that you've been able to work on in the short time since.
Yeah, not really. That was kind of just a weekend where I just made a few putts. I missed on the right sides, and I was able to score well. The first couple of rounds, I about hit it the same. But that golf course is very penal off the tee and into the greens. It really penalizes the bad shots. But if you're playing well, you can shoot low. I just missed it in the wrong spots because I didn't have that much control over the ball flight. So the second round, I was just at mercy of the randomness of where my ball was going. And then over the weekend, I made a lot of putts, and was able to score well. And that's always nice, but the quality of the shots were not there. So I was still a little upset with that. But I've been here in the States for a week, and spent some good time with Joe, and I feel like we're on the right track. So that's kind of that's where I feel like at least the optimism is coming from, just getting finally a good week to just practice every day and get into a nice rhythm.
Go right here in the middle.
Yeah, a couple of things. I remember you talking, even going back to API, talking about the quality of shots. Is that where you draw your confidence and really, I guess, a feeling that you're going to play well?
Yeah, I mean, this game is tough, and obviously I think we can easily get into a habit of trying to be too perfect, because you don't have to play perfect golf to play well. But if you're looking a certain way and the ball is not doing what you're visualizing, yes, you can make a birdie, you can hit the ball close, but that's not a great indicator that you're going to do that day in, day out. So when I'm in practice, seeing that the ball flight is corresponding better with what I'm visualizing, that gives me more confidence. And yes, I still might go out here and shoot a bad score, but I'm not gonna be that upset about it, because I know that the processes or the shot making itself is getting closer to where I want it to, and then my likelihood of playing better goes up as well. So
You are you're the defending champion of the FedEx Cup. Does this week feel like the start of that title defense? Or what does it feel like?
Yeah, you could say that. Although I had a really nice weekend here last year, and if it wasn't for the 18th hole, I might have had a really good chance to win this one as well last year. So that was cool. I love this place, and I have some good memories here. But yeah, I try not to think about my FedEx rank or all that stuff so much this week. I've obviously been vocal about me not playing very well this year, so that's kind of what I'm focusing on, just trying to get the horse back on the track and work on the things that I need to work on to play good golf, and then all the other stuff that we'll see that'll work out if I take care of that stuff.
Mate, you mentioned the weekend here last year. I'll take you back to either it was today or tomorrow maybe, here last year, you were having a session on that range that looked like really intense, terrible even. You looked upset, frustrated. It was shocking. And I told everybody then, I said, oh, no good, stay off Hov. And you had a bad first round, but from that point on, you went and blitzed the place.
Yeah.
Is there anything from that that you could recreate and maybe do the same thing?
I've had so many of those range sessions the last year, it's hard to remember them. But no, I mean, it's, you know, we all play bad golf sometimes and we get frustrated, and hopefully you can keep it still something to learn from when you're there, or else you're just wasting your time. But I feel like we just kind of had to air everything out and really talk about, okay, why was that a bad shot? And sometimes you need to hit those moments to actually learn something and actually take action in a different direction. And yeah, Joe just gave me a really good feel. And then when I try to recreate that feel on the range, I saw some improvement. And then that gave me the confidence that, okay, when I go out there tomorrow, I think I know where the ball is going and I can control it. And then as soon as I just saw a couple of good shots, that gives you that belief and you just run with it. And then I started chipping in, I started making putts, and then, you know, that's a game of golf for you.
And just quietly, do you like being an underdog? Obviously this year you are an underdog, whereas last year you sort of were right up there, obviously.
I don't know. I feel like maybe I've been an underdog in some way my whole life, so I guess I'm kind of used to that position, but it's not something that I think about too much. I'm just trying to control the things that I can control. I know that I've slipped up a little bit this year. I haven't been playing as well as I would have liked, and I'm just working on the things that I need to work on to get back to where I was last year. And then I believe I can do some great things again. But we need to take care of that stuff.
I know it's not nearly this simple, but is there a simple explanation, or can you give one, a non-technical explanation as to what the difference is to a year ago? Like if you were to try to sum it up in a paragraph, I'm not doing this, or I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I think that's better maybe for another time. But so I don't want to get like super technical with this, but basically my pattern got off. The things that I did in my swing that made me good, that made me able to predict a certain ball flight, I went home and tried to do a certain move, not necessarily because I had in mind that I wanted to change my pattern. I knew my pattern was really good, but I was upset that I wasn't cutting the ball as much as I would have liked. My ball flight started to become a little bit of a draw, which is fine. I was still hitting it good, but sometimes visually I would have liked to see the cut. And then in the off season, I made a conscious effort to try to cut the ball more. And when I did that, I ruined a relationship that happens in my swing that makes it really difficult for me to control the face coming down. And so now it's just kind of me learning from that. I know exactly why it happened. I know exactly what happens because I've gotten myself measured. And now it's just a kind of a process of getting back to where I was. But at least I know I have all the data and the facts on the table to go about it.